Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today is Monday the 13th of October and yeah, I'm here again with a new update. You see my face again. So the last 2 days have been mixed. This weekend was a really good weekend, I should say. Like this weekend was a weekend where I was able to focus on my studies. I was able to focus on my work, but because I already did a lot of work during the weekdays, I did not have to do that much work this weekend, which was great. And I took care of myself, plus I got quite some time to spend on my career. So I have been working on the education that I found for myself for the UX UI design, and I do it via Codecademy, which is great. Like, I can recommend it to everyone. The only thing that has come to my mind, basically on Sunday, was that I was feeling a bit overwhelmed. I felt overwhelmed in the sense that despite having a great plan, I kind of got the anxiety get the better of me. And I felt this because there was so much opportunity and I was seeing so many chances. And despite having a solid plan on what I want to do and what things I don't want to do, I still kind of felt overwhelmed because I was feeling like I was missing out on many great opportunities. And this is a problem. This is a problem. This is something I've encountered many times in my life. And I feel like I will always keep on encountering these kind of things. You are doing something great, and at the same time you see one opportunity that at first face value it looks like a good opportunity, and you're like, well, but why shouldn't I just change it to that? And I feel like that's something that has been boggling me for a while. I i think I have a great plan. Like, looking at my career, I want to be a UX engineer, and basically I want to incorporate it with specializing for e-commerce and software as a service. Plus I want to incorporate some actual design, so UX UI design, because with my studies, psychology and technology, I'm becoming a UX researcher slash engineer. And this is more focused on researching what kind of customers companies have and what the users need and want to have in their user experience. So it's kind of like more of a special niche rather than just general UX UI design. And this conclusion was really nice. Like, I'm using ChatGPT, I have the premium subscription. I'm using ChatGPT to kind of like, yeah, orient on what I want to do. So I'm asking him questions, and I made a master frame, which is something I should recommend to everyone. Like, you have to look it up. If you type in master frame, you're basically able to answer a lot of questions and ask ChatGPT to help you get the questions. And the whole thing with a master frame is that ChatGPT kind of creates a profile for you, and it just fully knows everything, all the context about you, so it can help you even better. But I did this for my career, and it really helped me see a lot of directions that either I didn't see before or now I value more. And despite of that, I still see what I like and don't like about the field of UX UI, which is basically that I like the process and how you can make things more optimized, and also like how can you go from a structured plan and an idea into a reality, like create something physical, because everyone can design, but not everyone can make a design that works. And I want to focus on the part on making it work. But I have realized that just UX UI design is not specifically what I want to do. Because just designing all day long and just creating something which is very with art, I don't know. I'm creative, but I do like to kind of like progress in something rather than just build something in the fullest. So I feel like I want to focus more on UX research and UX engineering, and then specialize it for e-commerce and software as a service. Plus, I want to just incorporate a bit of designing, because if I'm able to be an all-round designer and researcher, like, I can research it, make a plan, and make it. That's, I think, is great. Coming back to what I was saying earlier, is that I felt overwhelmed. I felt like all the things that I wanted to do were getting so big in my head and so real, basically, that despite having a clear next step, it still kind of felt like my brain was giving me other reasons not to do it. Even though I know that the plan is great, plus the reasons it was telling me were really reasons that I'm able to distinguish whether they are real or not. And all the reasons it was saying were not real. Like, I'm aware of that. But it's so weird that your brain is able to just say, but what if it fails? And then the other part of my brain is just literally saying, like, we don't care if you fail. It's another lesson, it's another opportunity. And also, again, like I said in the last video, is I believe that there's no failure. Because how can something fail if you decide that when it fails to then continue trying? Like, that's not failure. That's just another obstacle, another try that didn't go like you wanted it to go. But there's also a next one and a next one. And there are infinite chances and possibilities, even outside of what you are doing right now. And that's something I keep reminding myself, but I still struggle with it a lot. Like, I've grown a lot with my mindset, but still I'm now basically feeling like I'm on a higher level. I'm aware of many things, and still there are basically new obstacles that I didn't have before. So I'm right now also reading a book from Michael Pilarczyk, which is called Master Your Mindset. And this book is really about what the subtitle also says, Leef je mooiste leven, which is Dutch for live your nicest life. And this book has been truly inspiring because this book is basically talking about how it feels to be aware of many things, but also to have your own way of doing it. Because many people that know me personally know that I'm quite not stubborn, but I have my own way of doing things, and that translates into being different from other people. And this book actually fully represents how I feel because it's basically talking about when you feel like you want to do your own way, that is what makes you special. And that is what is gonna help you basically progress in life and be extraordinary compared to the average class of people. Also, in the book, an example of that was given that what is the difference between Cristiano Ronaldo and other footballers? What is the difference between Adele and other singers? What is the difference between all those famous people that are very successful in business, but also celebrities or maybe just successful in life? The thing that differentiates them is whether they do what they do on their own way. Example from Michael Pilarczyk that he gave was, imagine that you're in a restaurant and there's one waiter, and every week he gives you a whole fine dining experience and with joy talks about all the dishes that he's serving you, and it creates a sense of connection to that person, and that connection and that sense of belonging is what makes it special. You experience it, and it's a whole experience when you go dining. But he went there another time with his wife, and that server wasn't there, and there was a server, and she did everything right, so she was good at her job. But the way she was saying it kind of felt like, and I'm quoting this from Michael Pilarczyk, like it was studied from her head. And that shows that you can do every single thing right, because he wrote she was doing everything right. She was working by the book, she was saying the things that she needed to say, and still there was a sense of distance. And the time after that he went back with his wife and the other server was there, and it's kind of like showed him like indeed it is a big change, because he was again being happy and very, yeah, storytelling about what was going on. So even though both of them were doing things right, and the same with Cristiano and other footballers, you can do every single thing right and still not differentiate yourself from others by doing it on your own way. And that's what I truly feel like. My last couple of years, I feel like I've been doing things more on my own terms. And yes, that's very different from other people. And I sometimes do feel like I'm basically, I don't know, an outsider in many things. Like at uni, I go to uni and I leave. I don't really connect with other students that much. Of course, I have my friends, but I don't go to student associations or go to many parties. But despite not interacting with so many students, I do many things outside of university. I work 20 hours a week, and that is more than any of my friends do, basically, who are still studying, which already makes me different, because when I go to a trip from now and then, or if I want to go to either the restaurant or if I want to do a fun activity, that financial difference, I'm not rich, I'm far from rich, but still that difference is visible because all the other students are not broke, but they have to be sensible with what they're spending. And those kind of differences is what I've been feeling for a long time in my life. Like even in middle school, I felt like people were different. I didn't feel like I belonged there. I felt like people didn't understand me, and even myself in middle school didn't understand it very well. But years and years went on, and I kind of learned that I should just do what feels right to me because I've been working on myself. I've been exercising a lot. I've been reading a lot. Now I started reading again with the book. But I have done many things that are making me grow both in my body but also mentally. And the most important thing that I learned is just do your own thing. Do what you think is right. And that's something I'm going to hold on to more. Whenever I get overwhelmed, like I got last Sunday, I just have to refocus. I need to think about, okay, but what I'm doing, is that working in the long term? And the answer is yes, because there's no way it's going to fail if I keep on trying, if I keep on seeing the opportunities and grabbing them and giving my 110%. There's no way that it would fail. Yes, you can succeed in all the markets. Today I was walking over the university campus and I saw so many cars. Like, even that, you can start selling car accessories or cars or become an Uber driver. Like, in even those small things, or in clothing, everyone needs clothes. So if you sell, you can be another clothes seller. In every single branch, you're able to succeed. But I need to pick mine and I need to hold on to that, and I need to work to make it succeed in that specific branch, because there are so many opportunities nowadays with the internet. But at some point, you need to lock down and just lock in, work on your niche, and try and try and try until it works. So, this is a note to myself. I'm going to keep on working with what I'm doing. I am glad that I found the definition of UX UI designer to be not completely what my package entails. I'm going to brand myself as a UX researcher and engineer, and do that specialize in e-commerce and software as a service. Plus, I'm going to incorporate some UX UI design into my portfolio to just be an all-rounder. I can do everything, and that in the market will for sure launch a better way of presenting myself. I was also thinking after that, because if you're working even in a high paying job, you're still working a job. And another great opportunity that has always interested me was having my own business, because of course if you have your own business, you're able to decide everything for yourself, and it feels like it's a whole lot easier in that sense, even though I'm fully aware that you can go from a 9 to 5 to 7 days a week, 9 hours of work. It takes a lot of work, but I do feel like in the long run, if I'm able to profit from what I'm doing in these 5 years, and the rest of my life I'm going to profit from that, that's a good thing. So I'm just going to lock in. I'm gonna continue what I do. I am currently at 18% of my course on Codecademy, so that's great because I went on Sunday from 10 to 18%, and it's a long course. It's like, I don't know exactly know, but I think 30 hours in total. It's a long course, and I'm gonna keep on doing that, and I'm gonna keep on believing in myself, and yeah, we're gonna keep on building. So this is a positive note to end the video on. Please like and subscribe, and also just comment down below. I really would like to meet more people that are working on themselves and their careers, and who do their thing on their own way, because there are not that many people out there that I know of. But if you feel like, hey, that's me, then comment below and just share your experiences. Maybe we can link up and just compare progress. I really would love to hear from other people. I saw that my previous video got 3 views, probably of which one was mine, but at least 2 people saw it. So please like and subscribe, and please comment down below, and see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.